Last time, guys, I talked about this. I said for the big game week, you got to bring on the big guns. And today, for the Super Bowl episode, this is number 214 of YWC Football Talk. I have the big guns in the form of a crossover episode that hasn't been done in a very, very long time of the This That YWC Football Talk podcast, I have not talked anything about this in a while, but shout out Chris, Jonathan Taylor Thomas fangirl Ramey, who was the winner of the inaugural YWC Football Talk Fantasy League. Gentlemen, how are we feeling tonight?
Good. Well, not I finished last in that league, so fucking terrible.
I'm feeling great. I won that league. I dominated with half my team just being awful all year.
That's so lucky. It was insane.
But you know what, guys? The league's going to be back for year two. You'll have to be back. Matt, you'll have to do better. I'm pretty sure it was the other league.
I can't do worse.
Yeah, I don't think you were. Were you last? Or
Oh, yeah. In both of your leagues, I was horrendous. All my other leagues, I was amazing.
You
really
ran
bad.
The show in Tick Dickler, so...
And then, God, I already can't wait for more fantasy football. Like, I don't know what to do with my Sundays without it.
I know. It's like this, even this past Sunday. I know.
I had nothing to do. I was like, what am I supposed to do? There's nothing on TV. This sucks.
Yeah. Literally, this weekend was like, there was nothing for sports. I think the most, I remember even Friday night, I went out for dinner and it was the NHL skills competition, but literally every TV in the restaurant was NBA basketball. NBA was the only sport on this weekend. So, yeah. It's like that awkward dead time, but like the NHL is still on its bye week and there's only 2 games tonight. But all in all, it's been a pretty good season. And Matt also mentioned that Eli Manning is undefeated in February, but I actually got a question last night. I got asked a question on last night's episode. I don't know if you guys watched it yet, but I was asked by my guest Ray Rout if I thought Eli Manning was a Hall of Famer. Obviously, I know what Matt's answer is. I want to ask you, Ramey, what do you think?
Yeah, I think he is. The 2 Super Bowls get him in. The winning record, or the record during the regular season, 500. But he's got the numbers. He was a stat compiler, but he won when it mattered. He won in the playoffs.
Can I also say something to that as well? It's not that he won in the playoffs, but look, obviously it comes at the expense of my team, or it came at the expense of my team, excuse me, but it's the fact that he made the plays in the games when it mattered most, like in the NFC Championship games against Green Bay and San Fran, and then in the 2 games against New England, there are 2 iconic throws that it's not just like, like what Trent Dilfer did, where it was that unbelievable defense, or Joe Flacco, where it was Ray Lewis. Like, they went and ran it for Ray Lewis. Like Eli Manning, when it mattered most, made the plays. Even though it pains me to say, he made the plays when the ball basically his back was against the wall.
Who would you take over him besides maybe Brady and Montana to go win like a playoff game? I wouldn't take any. I wouldn't take Peyton Manning over him either. Not Aaron Rodgers. I would take Eli. Regular season,
from a skill standpoint.
No, who's gonna go? Who's gonna go win you the game?
Game on the line. You probably do want Eli.
Yeah, other than like Brady and Montana, I would take Eli.
I want Iguodala.
Is it the NBA crossover?
Iguodala.
No, I just think of that because I saw the other day.
Just call this a Super Bowl podcast and let's just talk about the LeBron breaking the record for 45 minutes. He's still not better
Anthony
than Michael
Davis
Jordan.
Was so sour.
Oh God, bitch.
The thing I always think about Iguodala, just because I saw it the other day when it was like Kyrie and Luka. It's like, who do you want with your ball? Like, who do you want shooting the ball at the last second to win the game? And everyone literally was just like, I want Iguodala. Just as running a joke, this is the Max Kellerman thing. But no, with the LeBron thing, I'll say 2 things. It shows the time we're in because literally everyone had their phone out. But I love the 2 things about the shot picture the most is the guy asking for the ball under the net, being like, yeah, you think LeBron's really going to pass it in that moment when he's got a clear look? And then the Phil Knight, the founder of Nike, literally just sitting there being like, yeah, all right, cool. What's going on?
He was the one guy that wasn't on his phone, Phil Knight.
Yeah.
I wonder, I just saw a picture on Facebook comparing Jordan's last shot, and it was like, nobody has their phones out versus LeBron has I was like, yes, 1998. Nobody has a cell phone with a camera on it. That's just something to try to shit on LeBron, and I'll shit on LeBron plenty, but that was ridiculous. But why was Anthony Davis such a little bitch? Like, I don't get it.
I don't know. The other thing with that too is when they also show LeBron, I know WWE's Fox Twitter posted a photo of LeBron at Raw in 2003. And I was thinking of the photo of the one.
I remember watching
phones and cameras. I just remember him on his flip phone taking a picture of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, but the sad thing is, Ramey and I remember watching that fucking episode. Like, I remember that.
Yep, same.
You just see him in his stupid smile, and to think that was 2003. Like, my God. The hell did the time go?
It's 2023, and
oh my god,
I'll be joining the 30 club later this year. That's something I don't really want to think about right now.
Crazy.
But
what are you drinking, Ramey? Is that alcohol?
It's alcohol. It's a beer.
Oh wow, thought you cut back on the drinking.
I have. This is actually my first drink in like 2 weeks.
Wow, just to talk to us, you have to get hammered.
Hey,
Thanks.
half the time just to respond to your text, I need to do a shot of whiskey.
What did he say? Oh god, jackass.
But you know what? Before we get into the Super Bowl and everything else, so as you guys, I don't know if you're aware or not, but Alex was on here a few weeks ago and we were talking about like the Giants and stuff like that. So Matt, before we get into anything else, I want to ask you, like, what were your thoughts on just the season and like how do you view the team going forward?
Oh my god, it was so fun to actually enjoy football for a change. But it's now you're coming off a rookie contract quarterback where you're still cap strapped. So they're kind of screwed. So they're going to end up paying Jones. They're going to end up paying Barkley. And then that's not how you win anymore, other than like, Mahomes. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I trust Shane and Dable. They'll figure something out. I mean, they did a lot with nothing. But Daniel Jones deserves way more credit than he's been getting. So I'm happy to keep him.
And that episode where I basically,
don't you have to do a Daniel Jones like love fest podcast since he had a better season than Mac Jones?
It'll be coming.
When is that coming?
It'll be sometime. It'll be sometime in the off season. It'll be sometime in the off season.
Alex and I will have to be on that episode.
Oh, I think I'll just bring Giants fans in and all into one sudden, or I'll just go live on YouTube and you guys are just like,
oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
I'll go live on YouTube and everyone else is in the comments, and then shout out Randy. He's just gonna be like, "So what do you think of Brown Brady retiring?" And I'm like, "This is all about Daniel Jones, baby."
I heard Griff bid on the Tom Brady's retirement sand.
Unfortunately, I did not win.
He used all of his wedding funds to buy that sand. Fucking Tom Brady. You think he stays retired?
Honestly, yes.
He has to. He'd look like such a tool if he came back again.
I think it's a mix of that. Well, it's also it would become the boy who cried wolf if he didn't.
Brett
Think
Favre.
about it.
Yeah,
where if next year, say if he does it again, no one's gonna be like, all right, we don't believe you. This time, it's just the way he walked off the field in that game against Dallas. His parents were right down there on the sidelines, and he went up to them afterwards. In even the video, it seems genuine. It seemed like,
yeah,
I think he's done. But then he's not going to be going to Fox until next year, which I kind of like. Where it's just like, take a year off. Just
he sacrificed his entire family for one shitty season just to lose to the goddamn Cowboys. Like, I don't.
He can
what a terrible way to go out.
He can take as many underwear thirst traps as he wants.
He should have just retired. Like he should have retired last year. Saved his. Maybe he wanted to get rid of his family. Maybe it was like,
well, that's the thing. Maybe he was having already mirrored a problem, so he decided, I'm just going to go back to football and get away from it all.
Remember when you thought that the Bucs would destroy the Cowboys?
For months before that game ever happened, I kept saying I can't wait for Dallas to lose in the wild card round to I said 7-10.
The Bucs were so bad. They were so bad.
But what was worse though, the Bucs losing? Okay, we got it back. What was worse though, the Bucs losing that game or Dalton Schultz's inability to get his feet down?
I mean, the Bucs aren't good. Dallas should have won that game. Dallas should have won that game. But
look, I like Dalton Schultz. He's a great tight end. But in those moments, I'm just like, what exactly is your team doing this year when you look at it? Because I'm just trying to figure out. It seems like it's a now or never desperate year. But what moves do the Dallas Cowboys make this offseason? Is Dalton Schultz back? Who's the running back? If it's up to me, I think Zeke. You get rid of Zeke and then you have Pollard be a running back one, and you bring in someone else.
You said they were going to cut both. You think they'll cut both and draft running back?
Pollard's a free agent, and he just mangled his leg, so that's kind of iffy. He might not get money.
About that. He broke his leg in the divisional round.
Broke his leg and sprained his ankle.
Yeah,
Zeke has to get cut. They're going to save $8 million if they cut him. He's washed. He's a great teammate. He's washed. He's so fucking washed. It's embarrassing how bad he is. He averaged 2 yards a carry the last 6 games of the season. It's pathetic.
How is the running back market so high? I could see if the Giants decided to move on from Barkley and draft a running back, I wouldn't be that opposed to it.
That's the thing. I feel like
we don't have enough money.
I feel like running backs are, I don't want to say a dime a dozen. There's, a couple elite running backs out there. For
Dallas, you can kind of just throw anybody in there.
You could throw me back there and I'd probably average 3 yards a carry.
Yeah. But
the other thing too with
Saquon's
Dallas,
so important.
But here's the other thing with Dallas too, though. Lamb's got to get paid. So it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, who do you value more? And if I'm the Cowboys, you try to get Pollard on a cheapish deal, especially considering he's hurt. You give the money to Lamb, and then eventually, you know what, maybe draft someone, because there's a lot of good running backs that are going to be going on day 2 and day 3 this year.
That's honestly what I think they do. I think, they need a wide receiver too, first and foremost.
Well, if that's fall into the same trap, aren't they? They paid Amari Cooper, drafted Lamb, and they couldn't afford Cooper. They cut him, so Lamb will move up. But Gallup didn't move up what they expected, so they still only had one receiver.
Well,
so
Gallup was coming off the ACL, so I feel like he might bounce back next year, but you can't count on that. So they need another wide receiver. I don't think Schultz comes back. They drafted 2 tight ends last year, Hendershot and Ferguson, who I think are going to be good. So I think Schultz is gone. They need to restructure a bunch of contracts because Parsons is going to get paid soon too. I'd restructure Dak again. They restructured him last year.
His cap hit's fucking goofy though.
That contract looks terrible now.
Does it though? When the Giants pay Daniel Jones $38 million a year, the Dak contract's gonna be looking fantastic.
He's not good though. But the funny thing is, if Rodgers goes to the AFC, you could argue that Dak is the second best quarterback in the NFC because there's just fucking nobody.
Honestly, yeah. If like Rodgers goes to the AFC,
and then like
Dak is the second best.
Dak and then Daniel Jones, like those are your best quarterbacks in the Kirk Cousins. Like Jesus,
would you
quite honest? I would probably take. I don't know if I would take Kirk Cousins over Dak. Jesus.
How could you take Kirk Cousins over Dak? Dak is good.
I got a good one for you, Matt.
Not really.
I have a good one for you. Healthy Matthew Stafford or Dak Prescott?
Healthy Matthew Stafford.
Healthy Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
I would even take healthy Matthew Stafford.
I mean, Dak had what, double the interceptions Daniel Jones did in like 4 or 5 less games? Like, well, I don't know what happened this year.
Yeah, but he also had double the touchdowns and double the yards.
Yeah, basically. He has receivers. Come on.
I'm just saying, you can't just cherry pick the fact that he had more interceptions. He also had the best third down conversion of any quarterback in the NFL, where Daniel Jones couldn't throw the ball on third down.
I mean, interceptions is a pretty good indication of the quarterback. I mean, he had a lot of bad fucking throws.
No, you're right. He had a lot of bad throws. He also had a lot of amazing throws. He had the best game of his career against Tampa.
I don't think he's that good.
Can I go back?
I don't think Daniel Jones is that good.
But he's not that good, but he's...
I'm going to give Daniel Jones some love right now, though, because this is a stat that I brought up with Alex when he was on.
If you put Dak on the Giants, I don't think they'd make the playoffs.
If you put Daniel Jones on the Cowboys don't make the playoffs.
That's not true.
That's
absolutely not true.
So, do you guys know what a clean game is? Meaning zero, like basically
no turnovers?
No turnovers.
Yeah.
Do you know that? But basically the games where Daniel Jones had that from 2019 to 2021, he had 7 of them. How many of them? He led the NFL this year in clean games. No turnovers, no fumbles, no interceptions.
That's some damn progress considering his rookie year he had like 6,800 turnovers.
How many do you think he had this year as it comes to clean games?
Clean games?
Yeah.
He only had like 7 interceptions, I think, and a few fumbles. How many?
I think he only had 5. I think it was 15 and 5.
How many clean games did he have? Is it 10?
9, most in the NFL.
Pretty damn good. That's impressive. They game planned around him. They knew what they had, and they maximized his strength. That's what an actual coach can do.
Yeah. It kind of shows that, like, hey, it's good coaching. But at the same time, too, I feel like the Giants, until the Gettleman mess is completely cleaned up, they're going to be treading. I know they have cap room this year, but it seems like, too, there's a lot of guys in-house that have to.
They don't have as much cap room as you think they would. There's still a lot, especially when you have to pay Jones and Barkley.
If they pay Jones and Barkley, their cap room is gone.
They're going to have nothing. They need to restructure Leonard Williams. They can't let him go, but they can't afford to pay him what he's making. He needs.
I know
he needs a restructure.
It's such a.
And if Dallas can do it every fucking year, Joe Shane should be able to figure something out. Like,
I mean, if Mickey Loomis can do it every year in New Orleans,
Billy Loomis.
The thing that I don't get is Daniel Jones is any team's going to be able to sign him. The Jets could throw $50 million at him for all you know. Is Daniel Jones worth $40 million a year?
I mean, is he asking for like fucking 10 years? Like he's probably going to get 3 years.
You know what I think he's going to get?
Probably 4 years.
I'd give it to him. He deserves it.
I'd say 4 years. There's an out after 2, maybe.
I'd take that.
I'm going to go 3, but an out after 2.
Who are you going to plug in there besides Jones?
Tyrod Taylor, baby.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. When everyone's like, I know. Look, like I was saying before, I know Alex is very pro Daniel Jones and everything like that.
God,
when I think of the
nauseating level,
but when I see the Giants fans who want him out, my question to them is, for the Giants fans who want him out, I don't know. Giants fans seem very fickle for a lot.
I need to see the guy with actual weapons. Can he go win you a game? Maybe. But if he had like CD Lamb and fucking, Victor Cruz or some shit, like, let me see that. Draft a receiver and fucking trade for DeAndre Hopkins or something.
He had Richie James, baby.
That's true. Richie James. Was, other than that Seattle game, Richie James wasn't that bad, actually. I mean, Isaiah Hodgins, these are the guys we're throwing out there on a weekly basis.
But that's the thing. Pickups like Isaiah Hodgins
are
what help you win games. So that's the thing.
It would have been a great pick. It would have been even better if we had like Victor Cruz and Akeem Nicks, and then you added Isaiah Hodgins. We had fucking Darius.
Or if you had Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, that too. That guy.
I think he's gone. I don't think the Giants.
They should bring him back as a cheerleader because he's the fucking best hype man of.
I don't think I think his career is pretty much shot at this point with the injuries he's had.
I don't see how he can come back unless he's like, I'll take $10, and then they're like, all right, we'll give you a shot. Sure.
I don't think they can fit that under the cap.
I think it's either he takes a very cheap deal with the Giants or he goes somewhere else. That's what I think. Or
retires. I doubt he'll retire. He can't be that old yet. Is he 30? I don't even know.
I don't even think he's 30.
No, I say this again and again, but he looks like Marcus
Shepard
Stroman.
Is 29. Marcus Stroman is a bitch. He's 29.
Marcus Stroman is.
Oh, I forgot about Odell too. If they sign Odell, where's that guy gonna fucking go?
Cowboys are still apparently interested in him. Why? I don't know.
Well, they do need that number 2.
They do, but Buffalo also needs the number 2 as well. So we'll see what happens.
Just don't make me hate you, Odell, please. Don't go to Dallas. Come
on. When it also comes to everything else with with this NFL season, it's been really intriguing. It's been really exciting. But then also that's the other thing too. We can recap the Pro Bowl if we want. But also that's the other thing too.
I didn't watch any of it. I know nothing about it other than Eli getting the Gatorade bath. That's all I saw.
Garrett dislocated a toe.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, poor guy.
During flag football.
My big question is not big question. My big thing is right now. Look, I'll say this. I watched a bit of the NFL Pro Bowl games on Sundays, like background noise, but then on Thursday, I actually watched a bit of the skills competition, and some of the stuff was fun. It was like they had the quarterback throwing stuff, but then when they were overhyping these guys, where it's just like Derek Carr throwing a target, it's like he's going to do great for someone else. I'm like, guys, let's just
Speaking of Derek Carr, that guy's got a world-class sense of humor. I can appreciate that.
Moving on though, NFL honors tomorrow night. I remember, Matt, last time you were on here, what did we do? We talked about what we thought the midseason awards were. There were some players with obvious opinions. But, Matt, I'm going to ask you this because if Brian Daboll isn't the guy that wins Coach of the Year tomorrow night, who does it go to?
I don't want to say Nick Sirianni. I feel like shitting on him because he has a good roster isn't warranted, but also he has a really talented fucking roster. I feel like Doug Peterson deserves a shit ton of credit. So if it wasn't Daboll, I would give it to him or Pete Carroll because we thought the Seahawks would be worse than the Giants, and they made the playoffs. So one of those three. If Daboll doesn't get it, I would be shocked if it's not one of those two. Are there finalists? I can't even remember.
Yeah,
who are they?
They for the first time, remember they came out and announced it on Good Morning Football like 2 weeks ago or something like that. Let me look it up because, like I say, folks, a lot of times our YWC football talk, we do things on the fly. Just remember that.
It's my whole entire life.
Yeah,
nothing's planned.
Nothing. Not a damn thing. Not at all. Nothing. Where the Bleacher Report? Coach of the Year. Let's see. Where is it? Okay, so they only put 3 in here, and they put Brian Daboll, Doug Peterson, and Kyle Shanahan.
Really? Kyle Shanahan? Not Pete Carroll gets no love?
Winning. I mean, that's unfortunate.
They have a loaded roster.
They had no quarterback. They went through like 9 quarterbacks.
Brock Purdy, baby.
It should be Daboll. It should be Daboll. Like, if it's not Daboll, just throw the effing award away. But just throw it away.
Yeah,
it should be Daboll.
Mean, come on. He totally deserves it. That's weird that Shanahan over... Like, who had the Jags being, like... We all thought they still overpaid for all of those players, but it worked. And now I forgot they have Calvin Ridley, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
They're gonna win that division for the next, until Vrabel gets fired. Hashtag fire
Vrabel, baby. Hashtag fire. I've been on that train for 3 years.
The Titans could go 16-0 and they'd make one mistake and you'd be like, fire him. He sucks.
Well, they could go 16-0. Why didn't they win the 17th game? Did they not even show up? Fire him.
Fire him. Fire Vrabel.
The other coaches,
he's literally been on that bandwagon when they were like winning the division every year.
By the way, Sean McDermott and Nick Sirianni are also in that category for Coach of the Year. But
I hope it's not just based on
Dable or Peterson. Dable or Peterson.
It's Dable.
It's got to be Dable. It really needs to be.
Logically, Dable or Peterson. The next one I want to ask you guys about, because this one's an interesting one. Offensive Rookie of the Year: Garrett Wilson, Kenneth Walker, or Brock Purdy?
I would lean towards Garrett Wilson.
It's got to be Garrett Wilson. No offense to Brock Purdy. He played like 6 games, didn't he?
Yeah, pretty much.
He went amazing in those stats, but Garrett Wilson had an amazing rookie year. Kenneth Walker was also really good too.
He had an amazing rookie year with no quarterback. Like, it's Zach Wilson throwing to him sometimes, and he's still like, if we could redraft, the Giants should have been able to take him instead of Evan Neal. So we need that receiver badly.
And then for defensive rookie of the year, we have Aiden Hutchinson, Tyreek Woolen, and then Sauce Gardner.
Oh, it has to be Sauce. It has to be.
Yeah.
And ESPN's redraft, he goes first. So
they also put Brock Purdy going 4th, which
I saw that, yeah.
Which Jet fans got mad. They were like, "Oh, someone's got to get fired for this." And I'm like, "Yo, if we knew what Brock Purdy was going to be in the NFL, I think that's also coaching more than talent. Like, if you had Brock Purdy on the Houston Texans, he's not going 6-0.
No.
If you put Jimmy Garoppolo on the Jets, I don't think Jimmy G is going to put up the kind of numbers and win like he did with Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, I completely agree. Defensive player of the year: Chris Jones, Nick Bosa, or Micah Parsons?
It's Bosa.
Micah Parsons.
Bosa.
I'm going Parsons. Dude is fucking nasty.
Offensive player of the year. Here's a good one: Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Hurts, or Patrick Mahomes?
Jefferson or Mahomes. I would lean towards.
Well,
I feel like the MVP. He's going to win MVP. Do they usually differentiate?
Yeah,
I feel like usually, the offensive player of the year is like a receiver or somebody. So Jefferson will probably win.
It's like, say, with the Oscars sometimes, like how sometimes the person that wins Best Director, it doesn't mean they win Best Picture. I know sometimes they win both, but sometimes you give one because they're not winning the other. Mine, I'm going to go Tyreek Hill, actually, because he only had 100 less receiving yards than Justin Jefferson, and that's with missing Tua for a big portion of the season. So I think if you put Tyreek Hill on a team like the Minnesota Vikings, he's probably the best wide receiver in football this year. For as good as Justin Jefferson is, I think Justin Jefferson will end up winning, but by the pick, I'm going to go Tyreek Hill.
Hill did have a really good year. Imagine fucking leaving Kansas City, though. Chiefs are really impressive to me that they got better when he left somehow.
And then MVP, Jefferson, Burrow, Allen.
What about comeback?
Oh, I think, but comeback. Comeback. Okay, we'll do comeback. CMC, Geno Smith, Saquon Barkley.
Fucking better be Saquon Barkley. It's been 2 years in the making. God damn it. Can Geno Smith really win comeback player of the year from just sucking for 9 years? Like,
can Saquon Barkley win comeback player of the year from he was injured 2 years ago. He played last year.
But Ryan Tannehill won it his first year in Tampa Bay, and basically that's the thing everyone said was he came back from sucking. That's literally what it is. So they'll give it to Geno for that because Christian McCaffrey and Saquon, it's the same sort of thing. By the way, you're Michael quarterback. So you know how you're saying Saquon Barkley was 2 years in the making?
Yeah.
I think Michael Gallup's the same thing. Him and Chris Godwin this year, they had bad years. They were down with the torn ACLs coming off of, so that's why they're a little wonky. Guarantee you next year Michael Gallup's going to have a much better year with the Dallas Cowboys.
Chris Godwin with Kyle Trask thrown to him.
Yeah, he should request a trade.
Yeah.
Come to the Giants.
Your team, my team, doesn't matter. Any of the teams. And then MVP, do I have to go over the nominees again, or do we just want to shout?
It's Mahomes.
It's Mahomes. It's got to be Mahomes. No disrespect to Jalen Hurts. It's got to be Mahomes.
Who is the other nominee? Allen,
Burrow, Hurts, and Jefferson.
Just looking at Jalen Hurts' numbers, how can you justify giving it to him over Mahomes? It's not even close.
Here's the other thing too: the fact that Patrick Mahomes got so many first team votes, that is a very strong indicator because the same people that vote for the AP All Pro teams are the exact same people who vote for these awards.
You took away his fucking best receiver, top 3 in the league, and he had a better year. I think this might be his best year besides his rookie year.
Yeah, which he won MVP as well, and because no one expected him to do anything like this year, everyone was like, remember with the AFC West, it was, Denver can be good, Vegas can be good, the Chargers are there. Buffalo is like the uncrowned champion. Meanwhile, I kept saying, I'm like, it's like all those years with Tom Brady. When people were like, oh, there's all these other teams, and then you snap your fingers and guess who's in the Super Bowl? It was Tom Brady. It's the same thing with Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, Rams.
You know what I mean.
Come on. Nobody's going to like that reference to Yes Rams. Griff's great tweet. Yes Rams. I hate you both. I'm out. I'm logging off. Bye.
I was about to say, I'm completely brain farting. Oh, wow.
It's the tweet. You tried to say 8 years straight or something. You said yes, Rams.
Oh, basically because
you mistyped it, and I said never delete this. I'm going to use this as my go-to phrase now.
Oh my God. Because basically, I talked about this on last night's show, and my problem is just because everyone's making, this Chiefs team like how – actually, I'm going to ask you guys this right now. Do you agree with the whole conversations of if the Chiefs were to win on Sunday, that they're a dynasty and that Patrick Mahomes is in the GOAT conversation, or do you think he still has to do a hell of a lot more to get to both of those things have to happen first?
I think
get there.
It's probably the best quarterback, like just physically and we've ever seen. Like I still think Peyton Manning's a better quarterback than Tom Brady, but you can't call him the GOAT until he wins at least like 3, 4. Because I still think Roger Federer is the GOAT of tennis, and he doesn't have the most majors, so theoretically he could be, but he's still way far away from that.
Yeah, he's got more that he needs to do, but 5 AFC championships in a row. Let's be honest. For the next 15 years, the team that's going to go to the Super Bowl is either going to be Mahomes, Burrow, or Josh Allen, probably 95% of the time. Let's be real. Like, it's going to be. Mahomes could retire tomorrow, and you could probably argue that he's already a Hall of Famer.
I was just going to say that. I'd probably vote for him.
The fact that he has 2 MVPs, he has 3 Super Bowl appearances. If he gets 2 wins, it's one of those things where it's right. He would retire tomorrow. If he could retire next week, he'll be in Canton. Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. I just win. And also I'll tell you guys, to be honest, we'll do picks in a bit, but my preseason pick was the Kansas City Chiefs. I just don't like the way the media is kind of making it seem like so easy. Like even I remember after he won the first one, they were doing that LeBron. Remember the not 3, not 4, not 5.
It looked like he was going to do that. Yeah,
it looked like it. But then my biggest question for him though is going to come. Once guys like if Andy Reid retires, or once guys like Travis Kelce go, that's where I think his greatness will truly be tested. But for now, you know what? He's the best quarterback in football.
Well, they took away his best receiver, and it's like you just throw anybody. If you threw somebody half as good as Tyreek out there, he's fine.
Yeah.
Like even Juju had a pretty good year if he could stay healthy.
He lost Tyreek Hill. He had Kadarius Toney, come in, pull his hamstring after like 2.5 seconds. They have no running game. So he's going to throw it 40-something times.
Pacheco's good. How much do you think Clyde Edwards-Helaire hates his life? Like everybody is good on that team. He's fucking awful. He's burned me multiple years in fantasy. He's awful. He's literally terrible. Pacheco comes in and he's healthy. Good. Damian Williams was good. The other Williams was good. Edwards-Helaire sucks. So bad. Hate that guy. Never again.
Tell me how you really feel.
Never draft him. Never draft a Lions running back.
Me and Jamal Williams.
He's never going to – I guarantee you so many people are going to reach for him next year, and nobody ever duplicates their touchdowns like that.
And then DeAndre Swift will go off.
Avoid anybody on the Lions next year in the running backs.
Okay, so question for you guys for fantasy football then. If you had to pick right now, number 1 overall for 2023, who do you take?
It's so difficult because last year the running backs were so freaking bad. I felt like I should have taken a receiver. But are we assuming everybody's going to stay healthy?
Yeah.
Then I'd probably take McCaffrey 1 again because he basically won me the league again when he had those like 4 or 5 straight games of 30 points, especially on the Niners. I feel like that's the number 1 pick again. He's back to being number 1.
There's a guy that I was going to go with, but I have a bit of a hot take, and I think he's going to have a bit of a down year just because his quarterback, I think, is going to have a better year, and that's Nick Chubb. I think you're going to see a lot of people go for Nick Chubb in the top 3, but I think
so. Because he doesn't catch enough passes.
But here's the thing, though. I think Deshaun Watson, with the weapons that he has, is going to have a better year in a full system. Look, I don't want to see Deshaun Watson succeed. The guy's a creep. But you know what? I think he's going to not be his 2019 self, if you guys remember that. But I think Deshaun Watson's going to have a much better year for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
So that's where I think taking guys like Nick Chubb, proceed with caution. Jonathan Taylor, proceed with caution.
That's
CMC.
Like, fuck that guy.
Unless you can get Jonathan Taylor late in the first round, early second round, I wouldn't reach for him. He'll probably bounce back.
Travis Etienne, I think, is going to be an absolute stud again.
I think you're going to see people going, not reaching, but I think Ramondre Stevenson's going to go a lot higher. Last year, he was going in like the 4th, 5th, and 6th rounds. I think
he's a good.
This year, he's definitely in the top 3 in the first 3 rounds.
If Kupp is healthy again, you could take him in the top 5. Jefferson should be in the top 5. Chase should probably be in the top 5.
What
Running
about
backs
Alvin Kamara?
sucked last year. They were like fucking awful. Kamara, garbage. Garbage.
Dalvin Cook, garbage.
Oh God. Yeah, it was just everybody. Derrick Henry was pretty good, but how long until he starts to fall off?
That's the thing. I think everyone's waiting for Derrick Henry to fall off, but he's like the guy that just keeps on going. I also think if Dallas's only running back is their main back is Tony Pollard, I think you're going to see guys reach for him too. Austin Eckler is another guy I think you consider for top 5 as well.
Yeah, Barkley should still be considered too.
I think Barkley's like kind of in that 5 to 10 range because there's so many players ahead of him that you can take.
He should go in the first round.
Yeah. You know who was a reach this year too? Was Gabe Davis.
Well, he was supposed to be like this fucking amazing number 2 receiver, and he burned me too.
So was McKenzie. How'd that work out?
I was on the Gabe Davis train too, but I think a lot of people remember that game against Kansas City last year in the playoffs where
that's why everyone was like, "Oh, okay, he's going to be a stud."
Yeah,
He's
and
like
then
I drafted him at least one league, and he didn't do anything.
I drafted him in a handful of leagues.
Gay Davis, unbelievable.
Gay Davis, wow,
Terrible.
Terrible. You know what? If you had to describe this football season, and it just
Scripted.
yeah, did you guys ever see the interview with Jason Kelce on opening night where he basically was like, this one asked him, was like, what was the worst part of your script? He's like, oh, and Roger scripted for me to tear my ACL back in 2012.
Yeah, there was great memes. It was like Deshaun Watson reading last year's script. Like, I got to do what? Like Brock Purdy reading it. I get to the NFC champion and I have to tear it. What the hell is it? Like, so ridiculous. I still don't know if Arian Foster was trolling or if he's like a CTE crazy person.
He's an idiot.
I legitimately am not sure. Because there was one other player. Larry Johnson was the other guy who, like, he seemed like he was dead serious. It's like it's you think the entire league of how many people are on a team, 50 something? You think hundreds of people shut their mouth, nobody nobody talks about anything, just you.
It's like imagine them going to it's like Breece Hall weeks. It's like week 7. It's like, all right. So by the way, I know you're having a great rookie season, but you're going to tear your ACL.
We're going to need you to tear your ACL. Yeah, exactly.
Zach Wilson, you're a top draft pick, but guess what, buddy? Your comeback story's in about a decade.
But you get to sleep with your mom's friend or whatever it is. It's like, all right, cool, I'm down.
Mormons are interesting people.
That's for sure.
It's even like Sterling Shepard too. Hey Sterling, so week 3, you're gonna run this route, plant your leg a funny way, and then you're just gonna have your knee explode on you. Okay,
he skips to the back. And he's like, "Why am I cheerleading for so many weeks? Oh, you have to tear your Achilles or your ACL this year. I just got hurt. Damn it." Poor guy.
And there's some guy in a few years in the NFL, like I forgot who he was talking to. I think it was Jim Cornette, though. The guy, it's still real to me. Damn it, you're gonna see football fans like that in like 5 years. Why do you watch the NFL? It's stuff scripted. Still real to me. Damn it.
Geno Smith, chapter 2. You get your jaw broken, skips a few chapters. You go around the league for like 6 years. You get really angry people. Oh, because you replace Eli Manning and then somebody gets fired. What the fuck?
For no reason whatsoever. Fuck Geno Smith.
Aaron Hernandez. Wait, so I get a big contract and then I'm going to go murder someone? Okay.
Oh, God.
And then I'm going to hang myself in prison? Cool.
Yeah. Larry Johnson and Arian Foster need some help.
Well, he was on it's basically the podcast where it's from. I know you guys aren't big Barstool people, but it was basically a Barstool podcast. I think it's called Microdosing. So basically it's about marijuana and stuff. So I'm pretty sure it's just like a high thought of like, whoa, man, you know, the NFL is rigged. You know that they hand us the scripts, right? You know that all this stuff happens. It's like,
what's the podcast called?
Microdosing.
That segues into Ramey and I's new podcast. It's called Micro Penis. We just discuss our absolutely tiny penises.
When's the next episode of That Rant coming out?
I don't know. We were on a hiatus. I was podcasted out for a while.
Yeah, we went on like a little winter break.
We'll figure it out, though.
You kind of got to do that, though. That's the thing. You got it.
Every day I'd wake up and be like, I don't want to do this. Let's just skip it this week. Honestly,
he needs life. He just wakes up every day and is like, I don't want to do this.
That's 100% true. But I don't even know what the last topic we were talking about, but we'll figure it out. Something will happen.
Yeah, everyone needs a podcasting break. It's fine. But Matt, since we haven't talked about it much, and Ramey, I'll get your thoughts on this too. Were you guys happy with everything from the Royal Rumble, or?
I enjoyed the Royal Rumble. Very few surprises, but I loved how they had like 5 or 6 like really top stars in there. It was like Sheamus, Drew, Seth, Cody, Gunther. They were all in the ring at the same time. So I thought that was enough for me. I enjoyed the show.
Yeah, I know a lot of people complain that there weren't a lot of surprises. The way that they executed everything so perfectly, even if you knew Cody was going to end up being the winner, they did it so well.
Yeah.
Like Gunther's a freaking
He broke the record.
star.
That was cool. He had a bunch of stars, and the women's ending was really good. I didn't really care for their Rumble as much, but I thought the ending was really good.
Yeah, the women's Rumble was kind of. I feel like the couple of years that the women's Rumble was good were the years like last year. Like the last year was a really good women's Rumble, but the men's Rumble sucked. But this year was the opposite, where it was like, oh hey, like it was like the men's Rumble was great, but then the women's Rumble was kind of eh. But then I feel like too with the Rumble. At first, I was like, why the fuck are the men opening? But then eventually you realize with what happened at the end. And I'm like, okay, now I get it. Now I understand. My only change I would have had, though, is I would have had Cody come out at 26 or 27, 28.
30, number 30 is now the winningest spot in the Royal Rumble. It broke the record.
It was 27 for a while.
Right? Yeah, they have 5 guys that won it now. And it's very rare to end the show without the Royal
Burgers
Rumble.
And fries?
And they did it. Yeah, 5 guys, burgers, and fries. So it was back-to-back years. It was Cody and Lesnar. Then it was Triple H in 16, and then before that, it was like 2 years in a row. Taker and then Cena in 07, 08. But it's very rare to close the show without the Rumble, and it was perfect.
Yeah, I mean the match, Roman and KO, it was a fine. It was what you expected. The ending though was like chef's kiss. You could not have done that better.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
Yeah, and then I was happy with obviously the whole Cody stuff. They're gonna run with it. And then the women's Rumble, I kind of wish it was Rhea versus Bianca because those are 2 women I like. But if Rhea beats Charlotte
she's got to beat Charlotte. She owes her one.
She has to.
Bianca needs to get her ass kicked by Asuka. So I want to take that.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go for that one. But then my only other thing with that is just where do you I don't know what else to do for me. My only other thing for Mania I ask is now that I know they're doing the mixed tag match at Elimination Chamber, which by the way I'm not attending even though it is in Montreal. Where do you do with Edge? Do you just do a singles match with Balor, or do you move off the Judgment Day program after?
To be quite honest, he can go away. I don't think he does nothing that's entertaining anymore. I could care less.
I think you get Edge Balor singles match at Hell in a Cell. That's what I think happens
at Hell in a Cell at Mania.
In Hell in a Cell at Mania is what I meant.
Their feud's not even hot enough to do that. He was gone for so long. Yeah, but he was gone for so long, and then he came back, and I was like, why do I care about this? Who cares? Just go to AEW and wrestle Christian again. I'm over Edge. I don't need him. I'm over Rey Mysterio. It's sad because Dom is actually funny now. At least he still can't wrestle for shit. He still can't talk for shit. But when he's talking about prison, that's actually pretty
prison
funny.
Dom is the best Dom.
So funny.
I just I look at him and I'm just there's just something about him that just comes off as annoying, which is
his haircut.
It's the haircut, but
terrible
it's also
haircut.
His terrible weird mullet. But at the same time, too, I love how he's literally wearing a $500 flannel and acting like a complete gangster. You should have him a cheap ripped flannel you can grab from Target or Marshalls or something like that.
Every 2 seconds when he's saying if mommy's here and he's talking about mommy, it makes him look a weak little bitch, which is hysterical. But it also makes Rhea look just absolutely amazing.
I do like Judgment Day though.
Do they do a ladder match for? Basically, Dominic doesn't have to be Ray's father or Ray's kid anymore.
Emancipation at 20 something already?
Yeah.
I don't know what they do with Edge, and I don't really care to be honest. There's 2 nights you can throw him in a match with freaking who are the Los Lotharios or whatever the hell they are. Just put him in a 2-on-1 match with them for all I care. I just do not care about Edge at all.
Oh, tell us how you really feel. The one match I am excited for if it does happen is I almost said Seth Rollins and Logan Paul, which I assume that's the way they're going to go down.
I wonder if Seth is like, what am I doing with this fucking guy? Why do I have to be put in this match?
But it's going to be amazing.
It should be, but Seth is probably I could do so much more. But
has Seth ever had a bad Mania match though? I don't think so.
He hasn't.
Has Seth ever had a bad match?
A lot of guys. Oh, AJ Styles still has to come back. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna be back in time?
I think he may be a night after return.
They have so many people. They should just start doing a 4-night WrestleMania, or do what Wrestle Kingdom did. They had their one show, and then 3 weeks later is night 2. What the fuck is that? I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I really can't wait to see what they do with Sammy. I don't think they're gonna put a title on him. So it doesn't look like. Did you see that they reportedly wanted to have Rock and Roman for a title, and then they were going to have Cody just introduce a new title for him when he won?
Yeah, I saw that, which didn't make sense. It
just give me two to just split the fucking titles. Like I rage about it every week. We just don't need one title. You need two titles. Sammy deserves a title. Did Griff just leave?
I did not leave. No, I just have to do something. Just have to quickly.
You can't wait till after the podcast to touch yourself. You gotta do this now.
You know what? This talk about Sami Zayn's getting me all hot and bothered.
Like he deserves to be. He deserves to be the one who wins the Universal title. Let Cody win the world title, and then fucking. If you wanted to do it, you could have Roman wrestle both nights, beat Sami the first time, and then drop it to him at SummerSlam. Obviously, you're not gonna have Roman lose both nights.
But I feel like the second that Roman loses to Cody, because let's be, he's losing at Mania to Cody. Roman's going away for a while. He's going to go away for a while.
I feel like
then you can have him lose to both, or you have him lose to Cody night 1, and then have him and Sami main event night 2. Everyone thinking, oh well, he lost already, so Sami can win, and then he beats Sami. And then you could have him at SummerSlam because I don't think you're gonna have him lose him twice.
But also, you could put the titles on Cody, which they're gonna do, and they keep talking about how both belts are gonna be on the line. Cody can then start defending each title individually, like they're having the Usos do with the tag titles. Have him lose because somebody cheated.
I don't care what he does. Split the titles up and give me my winged eagle back. Give it to me.
Or I feel like he just makes that one title like the night after. Like, remember how Cena did it like when he won at 21, where he introduced the spinner, like I think it was like a week after WrestleMania?
Do that, but then you need two titles. Cody can be like, we don't need to do this anymore. I appreciate this, but this is the title I've wanted. Have a tournament for the Universal title for all I can.
Or give Adam Pearce some heat and be like, you're a Raw superstar. This is the title that's on Raw. SmackDown has a tournament for the new title. Boom, done.
Anything. Yeah. Just split the titles, and then Roman can take as much deserved time off.
But I feel like they're doing Sami in Montreal just for the pop. I just think the fact that Sami is so hot right now with the crowd is just like kind of gasoline on the fire. You know,
people think they're going to turn on Cody, and I don't really think so.
No, I don't think they are.
They like Cody just like I've been on Sami Zayn's fucking ass for like 10 years now. But like I'm still Cody should be the WWE champion. He should be real.
Matt, I'll always remember running at 8 a.m. in the morning to go meet Sami Zayn at Access. That
was one of the best things ever. That was so awesome. That was one of the highlights of Access. Just meeting Sami, talking about my fucking devil's tattoo for no reason.
The two loudest pops that are going to happen at Elimination Chamber is going to be Sami's entrance, and then after the match when he's getting beat down and Kevin Owens returns to save him and they hug. They're going to hug.
He's from Maryville. They don't like Maryville in Montreal. He's going to get booed.
It's going to be a huge pop, and it's going to be amazing.
Sami better not tear his fucking shoulder like he did last time in Montreal.
Oh, he'll be too hyped.
That was a goddamn disaster. And he better come out to his old, as good as his theme is now, he better go back to Worlds Apart and just, because oh my God, I got to turn my camera off just thinking about it. I'm getting excited.
But question for you, I'm not sure if it's how far it is for Ramey, but for Matt, are you guys going to SmackDown Friday night?
No.
I
thought about it, but the prices were like, it was more than I'm like, I don't know. I just didn't really have any interest.
I was looking at it's like 2 hours for me. I was looking at prices. They're like $400 or $500. I'm like, no, not worth it.
Come on, you're rich. You should pay. I'll go.
Not worth it.
I keep wanting to, and I'm just like every time it comes around, I'm like, maybe I'll get the next one. So
I just wanted to ask just because I saw like, hey, Mohegan and stuff like that.
I thought about going with Randy, but
why aren't you going to Elimination Chamber?
Me?
Montreal's not that close to Toronto, is it?
It's a couple hours, right?
6-hour drive.
Yeah. That would be like if we're going to Buffalo.
Yeah, which is 90 minutes for me. If Elimination Chamber was in Buffalo, I'd 100% be going. It's also the matter of just the ticket prices as well. Like I would have probably tried to get good seats and like.
If that was coming though, just for Sami, oh my God, I might go. You want to go? Let's go. Come on.
All right.
All of us. Let's all go.
But here's the thing, though, which makes it kind of like not FOMO, but kind of like, oh man, I wish I'd gone. Because Thursday night they're doing that Undertaker one-man show, then Friday night SmackDown, and then Saturday's Elimination Chamber.
Is that about his career and his life?
I think he just goes on and just shoots.
Or is he going to talk about fucking like right-wing rhetoric?
I think it's him just basically going on about.
He comes out with a Blue Lives Matter shirt on. Yay, cops! Stop ruining my childhood, asshole. Kane's already doing that.
Oh, Matt, we have to talk about that TikTok I sent you yesterday where the guy basically comments everything on Kane.
Oh, yeah. Ramey tagged me in that, and I saw the tag when you sent me that post. He was like,
oh, God, the guy that comments on, like, Kane's
Facebook
posts.
Didn't you Oh, that was Triple H who raped a corpse. But didn't
Yeah,
you
that's
murder
good.
your girlfriend? And didn't you murder your entire family and shit like that? That was fucking hysterical. You think Kane is reading that? He's like, "Damn fucking trolls! I thought you could control fire."
I'm the mayor of Knox County, damn it.
I hate that guy.
Oh, but no, but Elimination Chamber, like, out of the question. I assume you're not going to Mania either, unless like you.
I highly doubt. I do need to go on vacation. I have so much vacation time. I need to do something. And SummerSlam's in Detroit, so like I don't want to go to Detroit.
See, for
What the
me,
hell's
that's
to do
better.
there.
For me, that's easy because it's a 4-hour drive.
Yeah, no, but there's nothing
Detroit
to do
sucks,
there.
though.
Like Nashville would have been great if I went last year. Detroit, you're literally going for the show.
Yeah, like I probably would drive like Friday night and then go Saturday.
If you're gonna
spend
go
the day
to,
Saturday.
if you want to go to SummerSlam, I would totally go because I need to take some vacation time.
I'll let you know because the other thing about
I'll
SummerSlam,
totally be down for that.
It's a long weekend for me too. I'm off the Monday because it's a holiday. So
What holiday? Boxing Day?
civic holiday.
I don't know what that is, but that sounds like a pretty sweet move.
That is. And the other thing too with that, I have to check this out right now because obviously we know baseball is right around the corner as everyone's excited for pitchers and catchers to report.
That's insane.
8 days, baby. 8 days for the Yankees.
8 freaking days.
10 days or 12 days until position players have to report. First game's in 18 days.
That's ridiculous.
The best thing about SummerSlam too is that the Detroit Tigers are also home that weekend. And where their stadium is literally across the street from Ford Field.
I feel like we might have to do this, Griff. Even if Alex isn't on board, that would be actually kind of fun.
Yeah,
because if you go to a Tigers game and then the show, because the show is on a Saturday, right?
Yeah, or even if we go to a Tigers game on the Sunday.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Yeah, because the one thing I was going to say too is because I know
Ramey flies now, so he can come to these things.
Ooh, and also didn't you go to WrestleMania 23?
Yeah, I went to WrestleMania in Detroit. Yeah.
How hammered did you get to get on the flight? That was when we first met. Was that 2007?
Yes.
Yeah,
that was the first WrestleMania I
was
remember watching.
March. We met in January of 07. I was like,
yeah, we only knew
you
each
got
other
me a
for
program.
Like 7 weeks.
That's crazy. WrestleMania 23. That was a good one.
Do you know who the Tigers are playing?
Tampa
that weekend.
I'm gonna say Tampa.
Yep.
Is it Tampa?
It is Tampa.
I'm just waiting for Ramey to confirm.
It's Boston.
Is it really Boston? Wait, what?
It's Boston.
Wait, what? I don't know. When is SummerSlam weekend?
Tampa. It's Tampa.
Saturday, August 5th.
Could you imagine if it was the Yankees? If it was the Yankees, I would have bought my tickets to SummerSlam now.
They play Tampa the 4th, 5th, and 6th, and then they play Minnesota.
That's not bad. I would go to that. That'd be fun. All right, yeah. I think we should seriously consider doing that.
I think we should too. I've never met Ramey before, and it's been 5 years. I also looked it up.
Ramey, there's no chance. 1% chance Ramey goes. I would definitely consider doing it.
How far was the drive, Matt, for the National, by the way, for you?
It was fucking terrible. I'm never doing that. It was like 10 hours to Chicago.
Oh, because it's the same thing for Detroit. I looked it up, just the town that came up when I was snapping you earlier, and I did that to Detroit, to Ford Field, and it literally said like 10 and a half hours.
Let me see. Chicago. Oh, geez. Chicago was like it was 13 hours. Yeah, that was fun in theory, and then not fun executing it. Especially on the way there, it's like you're all pumped up and excited. You're like, you can get through it. Going back, driving 13 hours after you already did all the fun stuff, no way.
Yeah, like for me, I literally looked it up right now, and it's 3 hours and 26 minutes for me.
That's not bad.
It's only 8 hours for me.
Want to go?
It's like an hour and 20-minute flight, too.
And plus, too, there's a really nice Marriott right downtown as well, Matt.
I could drive to Ramey's. We could fly together and be in Detroit.
What's the airport you do? LaGuardia or?
I don't know where Ramey would go. Maybe I'd have like a fucking weird Poughkeepsie.
I do have 2 weird airports near me. I'm not sure if they do direct flights to Detroit. If not, it would probably be Westchester and White Plains would be probably the.
We could have a layover in like Orlando or some shit.
Well, listen, like when I had to do a flight for work that they wanted me to do, I was supposed to go to Georgia. And the way that the flight worked was I was going to have to fly from New York to Florida, have like a 4-hour layover, then fly back up to Georgia. I was like, this is the dumbest thing on the face of the earth.
Stupid.
Can I parachute out when you're going over Georgia? Like, it makes no sense.
Fucking DB Cooper over here. Yeah, that's fucking weird. That would piss me off. I just went past my destination. to sit here for 4 hours to go back up north. No,
and like in 2 weeks, I'm supposed to go to Virginia, and they were like, "Oh, you should fly." I'm like, "Well, it's 2 hours to the airport that has a direct flight, and it's an hour and a half flight. I'm literally a 3-hour drive from where you guys are going. I'll see you there." Like, really?
That I would drive. Yeah.
Yeah, I keep forgetting Virginia is so close to New York.
Yeah, that's not far.
Yeah. Well, Matt, at least it's not like me asking you to drive the distance you did for the Rumble in 2016.
Oh, but that was, I mean, we did that in one night because we're insane. I was up for literally almost 2 full days.
I just remember you saying, I feel drunk.
I was so tired. And then we had to sit through a 4-hour NXT taping where we saw Elias 3 times. This was before Elias was cool. 3 times. And I worked a full day, stayed awake for 5 hours after I got home. We left at like midnight. 18-hour drive, 4-hour NXT show. Finally getting to bed, can't fall asleep. Makes no sense. I would do it again in a heartbeat, though. Seeing AJ debut, that was a hell of a trip. And it was fucking like 40 degrees in Orlando, too. Really weird.
God. The only thing that would probably be the cherry on top is, like, you know, I was saying earlier for Montreal, they're doing SmackDown the night before. Like, if they were doing SmackDown the night before in Detroit, because I know sometimes
they should do that. That would be
sometimes
fun.
They don't. Like, I could see them doing like SmackDown in like Cleveland or Pittsburgh, just cities that are close by. But if they did,
they would do Raw too. Or since Sunday's no show, they probably can go somewhere else.
Yeah, or what I think they'll probably end up doing, or the best one, which I thought of right now because it's a close drive. Imagine if they did like SmackDown on Friday night in Toronto, and then Saturday they did the Rumble. So then you guys come here, and then we all drive to Detroit together.
I think I'm going to request that fucking weekend off. And even if we don't go, just take it anyway.
We'll have to talk about it. Obviously,
we should definitely do that.
Today?
Yeah.
I think it came out yesterday, no?
What? You did?
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, I mean, I came out years ago.
Perfect.
The news about the Rumble, though. The Rumble, fuck. The
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
As Jeremy Piven would say.
Yeah.
Summerfest. Yeah. So I'm assuming tickets are not on sale yet. So we still have time. But I'm already like 70, 80%. Like, yes, I want to do that.
Yeah. It just seems like kind of how you guys were saying for WrestleMania next year, how it's too close to pass up. That's the thing with me where I'm
there's no chance I'm going to miss Philly, especially for 40 when I missed 30. Yeah. So we can get a hotel up there anyway, and I can drive and have a car. Yeah.
Yeah. Me, it's going to depend on where I'm at because I'm looking to buy a house in the next year. So we'll see what happens. See what happens there.
Yeah.
Tickets for SummerSlam go on sale Friday, April 14th.
April 14th. So we got plenty of time.
Yeah, we got 2 months. We got a lot of time, but that's the only thing though. Like, I feel like because the Raw I went to last year, I got spoiled by my good seats where I'm like, fuck, I would love to spend the money and do that, but at the same time too, I don't want to go and spend $1,000 for a floor seat.
Yeah. That's also plus it's if you're gonna do WrestleMania 40, that's pretty close to that. So it's like I would go and try to get like decent seats, but also depends on what I'm gonna do for WrestleMania 40.
The last show I went to was TakeOver 25 in Bridgeport.
Oh yeah, that was a good time. Ramey fucking splurged for us. That was the only time I'll ever sit that close. Those tickets are ridiculous.
Like, it's
even for some shows on Ticketmaster, aisle seats cost more. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, they do that where it's like it's like aisle seat offer and then the aisles are more. But
I fucking hate that.
Aisle seats are pro and con though, because I feel like with the aisles, like it's good, but at the same time too, you gotta like literally stand up for like everyone that.
But I like having the extra like room where I can like stick my leg out in the aisle or whatever, and I can get out whenever I want to. But yeah, like I'll sit at the aisle for the Devils game every fucking puck stop. Oh, can I get a buy? Can I get by? Can I get it? Jesus Christ.
By the way, Matt, I know did you listen to my Eagles episode?
Funny enough, I texted Bobby. I was like, if we got to go to another game, and if they make the playoffs, we got to go to a playoff game. He's like, I don't know if I can do that for reasons. And I'm like, I sent him the fucking Jim Moore gift. I was like, playoffs? Come on, it's the playoffs. And then he sent me the sonogram, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I was about to say, because that was an exclusive announcement on thing. And as soon as you said sonogram, I thought of that Chris clip from Family Guy where it's like following Mrs. Donovan by Chris Griffin.
The funny thing is his wife didn't even know until she listened to the podcast. That's how she found out.
You weren't kidding though. Like seats in like the upper bowl are going for like $100 for SmackDown.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's very weird.
It's so overpriced.
But I love going to the casino because you can just hang out in the lobby and see people. That was the best part, hanging out with Randy and just chilling in the lobby, seeing fucking Neville be a dick. Like, yeah, we get it. You're a heel, but you can be normal. to be a jackass.
Yeah, so like for Elimination Chamber, the only seats that are left are floor seats, and the cheapest one is $5.89 a ticket. And to sit row 3 or row 2, it's going to cost you $715.
Yeah, those fucking
not worth it.
Like I spent $200 when I went to Raw last summer, and I was second on the floor, and that was awesome. Like I'd spend that in a heartbeat. Like even if we did SummerSlam this year, if we spent like somewhere between 3 and 5, I would do that easily. But
what did we pay? What did you pay for NXT? I think they were like $500 a seat. Like
yeah, it was like $480.
Normal people fucking afford that. Like I can afford that. It's just that's a lot to drop for fucking one event.
Yeah,
but it was so much fun sitting that close.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just there's nothing like it. But then again, when you look at all the super fans that do it, you're like, how do you afford this all the time?
I don't get that. The stupid smiley guy. Like, not only how do you afford it, how do you get the seats? How do you even get those? Like, seriously?
I think everyone says like, it's just luck of the draw. But in reality, no, you're dropping the big bucks for that. And I imagine when they do the travel packages, they probably recognize the same people. So they're always like, you know what? Hey, just give them row 1 and stuff like that. It's probably like, travel package goes on sale at like 12 o'clock. Like by 12 o'clock at like 45 seconds, their tickets are purchased.
I wonder how much Vic paid for his Rumble tickets. Because I guarantee you he couldn't see the ring, but he had perfect spot for pictures right on the ramp. But like you can't see any of the show. So
I'd rather sit where Brock Lesnar guy sat because he was like, okay, he had the perfect picture angle, but then he could also see the ring.
I'd rather be able to see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I guess if you're desperate to get in and it's like a last minute thing, it's fine. But like,
but my best, I still think the best seats I've ever had for a show was WrestleMania 33, just because of the circumstances behind it, Matt.
Oh yeah, the free upgrade.
Yeah, besides it being hot as balls out.
That was oh god, and then I couldn't even go to the bathroom during the who was it, Pitbull, because the line for the bathroom was like a mile long. I do miss going to WrestleMania every year. That was just every time I listen to Jeff Hardy's band, I'm like, I'm International Drive or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah.
Fucking played that song 6 million times. Oh, good times.
Oh, good times. But
this is still a Super Bowl episode, right?
Yes, this is. But you know what? We can go off the rails. It's my show, guys. Remember, YWC is in the title for a fucking reason. But I want before we get to the game, because obviously I think I know who you guys are who you guys are picking to win. I want to ask you something.
The referees?
No. Before that, it's Roger Goodell's press conference today.
But he said State of the Union for the NFL.
Yeah, the State of the Union for the NFL. I want to get your guys' thoughts on when he said Monday Night Football flexing is going to become a thing, but potentially could lead into Thursday night. Because if you're asking me, I don't like Thursday night flexing. I think you're going to fuck someone over that way, and that's where injuries can occur. Where it's like, yeah, in 2 weeks you're going to have a short week again. But
Thursday night football isn't good at all.
I think Thursday night football, you just leave it as is. The teams that play in it, and it's like, you know what? It is what it is. But then Monday Night Football flexing, I think you also credit Russell Wilson for that as well, because we learned this year that you don't put hype teams on Monday Night Football, and primetime you put the good teams on there.
I don't think any of those primetime games have been any good. It felt like every Thursday night game was awful. And of course, they have a short week. It's not going to be good.
Yeah, like the only memorable Thursday night games I remember off the top of my head was the first one between the Chargers and Chiefs, and then the Rams-Raiders game with Baker Mayfield, just because of the comeback. But besides that, like, Thursday night football was nothing special this year at all. Yeah. But I love how
on Thursday though, then you get the full Sunday to just relax and watch Red Zone.
Yeah,
I don't mind that.
But the one thing I love too about the my favorite moment for Thursday night football is still the Colts and Broncos game, because it's like everyone's bitching about how bad it is, yet everyone's still watching the game.
It's football.
It's like the car crash. You shouldn't look, but you can.
Or it's like bad pizza. It's still pizza, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat it.
Did we order a salad from a pizza place?
Just cut up wedges and throw the whole tomatoes in there, or whatever the fuck it is.
What about the really hard part? No, throw that in there. Put it in a pasta tin and put it on the salad. So put it on top of the pizza so it's kind of warm.
The best part is that's 100% accurate.
Hello, every pizza place. But yeah, that's the thing. Like Thursday night football, Ramey's right. I hate when people do that. When it's like the east side of a road is like, oh, there's a car crash, but the west side's blocked because everyone's going. But then what do you do when you drive by? Everyone does it. Everyone's guilty of it.
Exactly. But I mean, didn't Goodell? So concussions were up this season, but he doesn't think we need to cut back on games. He still wants to add more games. So you don't really give a shit about player safety whatsoever.
18 games.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I've always said this, that 17 games is a roadmap to 18 happening. It's going to happen eventually. Yeah. The only thing I think that's going to come with, I think the thing that's going to come with that, though, is that you at least eliminate one preseason game, potentially add in another bye week, maybe. And
I would think you would have to have 2 bye weeks.
I think you would have to. Maybe you do one at like the beginning of the season and one like in the middle or towards the end.
Are they still at 4 preseason games, or do they knock it down to
3? I think
they're at 3.
So you think if they add another game, you just like forget 3 preseason games? You just play 2.
You only have 4 preseason games if you're in that one that's the Canton game. You know, the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're the one that, so it's like 2 teams get 4, and then the other 30 get 3. And then playoffs, I think eventually are going to go to 8 teams.
Yeah, I think they will too.
Why don't you just make it the NBA then? Like fucking NHL, half the teams get in.
But here's the thing,
they're going to eventually do.
You see, I saw a TikTok where it was like the 7 seed is so much worse than the 2 seed. Like you're gonna get ridiculous where it's like the 8 seed isn't gonna have a shot in hell at beating the 1 seed.
The 8 seed 6 and 11.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, do we really need this? Like the Giants deserve to get in. The Seahawks, I guess, but they were so far behind the 49ers. It wasn't even worth having a game.
But what I think is going to happen too is, though, I can see a world where we bring back the second place bye.
Yeah, and then have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 play.
Yeah,
you could do that. Yeah, that would be the best way to do it. But then
but this year though, if you had 3 versus 8, it would have been Cincinnati versus Pittsburgh.
That's a good
game. It's a good
Although,
game, but I don't think
since it's division, could be close. I mean, the fucking Tyler Huntley fucking almost beat the goddamn Bengals, so you never know with that. But it's like on paper, it's so far and away, not even close.
I mean, Vikings and Lions, though, that's the one where I look at it and I'm like, I don't know. I think the Lions would have at least
beaten them by 30.
Yeah. Well, the 6 seed has beaten the 3 seed like at least once every year for a while, so that's the usual upset. But I'm sure eventually it'll have, if the league doesn't completely die off, it'll go to 18 games. And I didn't think 17 was necessary, but it's all about money.
Yeah, but at the same time too, I feel like the teams are like the league is making so much money to where it's not going to die off. I think it's as long as they're making money and as long as viewership is happening, the NFL isn't going anywhere.
You just see like Roger Goodell fucking doing the hula hoop around the gym for the fucking Benjamins. Like, yeah. I knew that was gonna fucking pop you.
But even like the comment today about the referees, like I understand where he's coming from, where he's saying like officiating is an all-time best. Obviously, it's a problem, but you're not going to go out. You can't go out as a commissioner and say you can't go out and chastise people. That stuff that's going to happen behind the scenes. It's like if you see, it's like Matt, like you in your days in retail, where you know if an employee fucks up on the spot, the manager's not going to give them shit in public. No, the manager's going to give them shit behind closed doors.
Well, it's depending on the manager.
You know what I mean, though.
Yeah, but like he could have at least been like, "There's always room for improvement." Say something like that.
Yeah, but here's the thing,
fucking
though.
Terrible. Like,
yeah, it was
terrible.
Like, it was awful this year. Like, look, I had my gripes with at least a few officials during games, most notably Alex Kemp and Ron Torbert. Yeah, I know that's one of my gimmicks. I bitch about NFL reffing. But the other thing too with it is you can make these guys full time, but if they're full time officials and then they still fuck up, you can't be going, oh well, you know they're not full-time referees anymore. So I still think they're never going to have full-time officials because for 7 months of the season, how are you going to pay them? The only thing I think you need to make them do is
I think they could find some money.
Yeah.
Within like the $8 billion of revenue.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though.
Or
It's like
train them better. I don't know.
It's like, you know how last year with the PGA Tour, how like, oh, hey, pay was always an issue, but then Liv came around and the PGA was like, oh, hey, we have like
now we have money.
Yeah, like, hey, we have like 200. I think it was like 200 million or 20 million. It's one of those. It was a very obscure number where it was like, hey, we have all this rainy day money we can give the golfers. Yeah,
it's interesting to say. Just hey, we're going to give you money to play in the tournament, and then if you win, you can make more money.
Yeah, so it's like with the NFL officials, it's like out of nowhere. Hey, they can do that. I was looking at it.
They also aren't turning a profit though.
Yeah,
their profit was like next to nothing.
Yeah, but meanwhile, the NFL, they still are like, because that's the one thing with the NFL too is that they never lost money from COVID. Like there was the one league where COVID never affected them. They didn't really have to pause seasons, move multiple games around. Obviously, they do some shuffling in 20 and 21, but then 22,
they always had some fans. Like I don't think they played in front of nobody. I think they were at least like half.
Yeah, but even still, like I know some games were empty stadium, but you still had a lot. Like I know Dallas, Houston, basically the red states were all in business.
COVID never existed.
Yeah, it's why I always thought too is that why Mania 37 and 38 were in Texas and Florida, because it's like Vince knew it's like, hey, those are the places where we can go and like get crowds immediately. Like as soon as I knew 38 wasn't announced, I was like,
Texas for sure. I think Florida just got it because they got fucked for 36, where it was nobody. So I feel like they were all right. We got to at least give you a real WrestleMania. And then of course they were like, oh well, Texas will be open. Jerry Jones won't give a shit. He could use his stadium, fine.
Yeah, and then eventually like. And then SoFi this year because it's like, hey, everything's fine, but then we'll wait and see what happens. But yeah, and then moving on back to the Super Bowl though.
Well, actually, Griff, before you get to the Super Bowl, since we're off the rails, I have an NBA news.
Oh, did it go down?
The Lakers have finalized a deal to land Minnesota's D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt in a 3-team trade, which has Mike Conley and draft picks going to the Timberwolves and Russell Westbrook and a 2027 first-round pick to the Jazz.
All for the Lakers to finish what? 9th?
Probably 11th? 9th, yeah. Maybe 8th since Steph Curry's out for a few weeks.
Like they can get in, they have no shot of winning it. Fucking does that really make them that much better?
The Jazz now have 15 unprotected or lightly protected first-round picks through 2029.
How pissed do you think Danny Ainge is, though? Because they got off to a red-hot start, so they have virtually no chance of winning the Wembanyama sweepstakes. He was probably so mad that they were winning. It's like, I did everything I could possibly do for you guys to suck, and you keep winning.
But he's got 15 first-round picks to be able to trade up now if he wants to.
How bad is that Rudy Gobert trade? How did he get so much for him?
Because the Minnesota Timberwolves are the definition of mid.
Fucking idiots.
Yep.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine if Durant actually got traded? They'd be like, here's 30 first-round picks in our entire roster here. Like, oh, God, Danny Ainge fleeced whoever the GM of the Timberwolves is. I miss Flip Saunders. R.I.P.
No, well, it was. I know Chris Finch is the head coach, but I have no idea who the GM is there.
Yeah, if you knew who the Timberwolves GM was, I just bow to you. Like that's pretty impressive.
I only know that Chris Finch is the head coach because he left the Raptors when he was Nick Nurse's assistant to go take the Minnesota job.
That's crazy.
The general manager of the Timberwolves is somebody named Tim Connolly, who looks like Sean
Mike Conley's dad.
He looks like Sean Payton on a 3-week bender.
So Kevin James,
not as fat.
Not as fat. All right.
I was looking at the photos the other day from the Peyton press conference in Denver, and his son literally looks like a bulkier version of Sean.
Well, Kevin James was trending after he got the job. I forgot he played Sean Payton. I was like, why is he fucking trending for no reason?
Good question for you, Matt, or both of you. Would you rather watch that movie or 80 for Brady?
That movie.
Yeah, I'd rather watch Ramey's snuff film than 80 for Brady. Like, no chance. I'd rather kill myself than watch anything to do with Tom Brady. Like, do you know how annoying it's going to be to have to watch a Fox? Like, if the Giants are on Fox and I have to listen to Tom Brady talk for 3 hours, like, I don't know why Fox gave him a contract. Like, just go away.
$375 million or whatever.
Poor Greg Olson.
Greg Olson's not bad though.
No, he's not. But like, he's getting screwed. Tom Brady and Kevin Burkhardt. Like, I don't want to listen to Tom Brady.
What if it was Sam Rosen and Tom Brady?
I miss Sam Rosen calling football.
Dude, he's so good.
As much as I hate the Rangers, I would sometimes watch the Rangers just to listen to him. Like, he's fantastic.
That's because I always remember this was a Patriot game in 2014, and because obviously Fox's NFL lineup gets all shuffled because of baseball.
Yeah,
because I think Kevin Burkhardt does baseball, right?
Yeah, or he did. I know he did stuff for the Mets.
He used to.
I think he does like the panel for Fox, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but then they lose him, right. And then Joe Davis obviously is the new Joe Buck. Yeah. But I remember because of that, it was Sam Rosen and John Lynch. So remember that before John Lynch became manager of the 49ers, it was him and Kevin Burkhardt. When Burkhardt was doing baseball, they had him and Sam Rosen, and I just remember listening to that. That's where I fell in love with Sam Rosen. I'm like, it's his voice.
He used to call a lot of Giants games back in the day.
Yeah,
it's really good. I don't know why he stopped. Maybe he just didn't feel like doing it. Maybe they didn't want him anymore.
Or maybe the Rangers just fully committed to him.
Fuck the Rangers. All right, let's get to the Super Bowl.
Okay. Before we get to the game, I want to ask you guys. I don't know how big of fans of Rihanna you are, but if you had to pick a song that she starts with for her halftime show, what would you do?
The first song of hers that came to my mind was Umbrella. I don't know how many other songs of hers I can name. It's
going to be an old song. It's not going to be anything new. It's not going to be that, the song that was associated with Black Panther.
Umbrella counts then. That could be it.
Yeah.
What are other songs? I'm sure I have a ton of my music list.
I think Umbrella or Please Don't Stop the Music is going to open.
I would say probably Please Don't Stop the Music.
Yeah.
You think, doesn't she have a song with Eminem, Monsters? Do you think Eminem will show up?
She also has Love the Way You Lie with Eminem. But I feel like it's
I think Monsters his song, by the way.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Love the Way You Lie is hers.
I don't
Monsters is his.
I don't watch the halftime shows at all.
Really?
Like, no. I watched the Giants halftime shows. Like Tom Petty and I think it was the Who.
It was
I
Madonna.
watched those. The rest of them I just do not care.
It was Madonna, Matt.
Madonna was the second one because the Who was around that time also.
The Who, I think, was the Saints Super Bowl.
They used to have some good actual like bands. Now they just.
Do you watch the commercials though?
Yeah, just the halftime show. I'm like, I don't need to see this, like at all. Don't care, unless it's like somebody I really like if fucking Tom Petty came back from the dead and played another Super Bowl halftime show. I'd watch that.
Tom Petty's hologram doing Super Bowl 58.
Or if like Led Zeppelin reunited and did a halftime show, I'd like hell yeah. But like, I don't need to see Rihanna.
All right, and then the only other bet I have that I like that's not football related is I think
run first inning.
Yeah, definitely take the Nerfy boys and girls. No, Chris Stapleton over 2 minutes and 2 seconds for the national anthem.
I take the over.
Yeah,
he's gonna hold on to some of those notes for like 20 seconds.
Yeah, Luke Bryan also went over 2 in Super Bowl 51.
Sounds good. Isn't there a coin toss? Like the loser of the coin toss wins or something? That's like every year for the last like 10 years.
No, the winner. No, it's the loser of the coin toss. I think loses the game.
Whatever it is. So hopefully I got to figure that out because then I figure out what to root for.
There's that, and then there's the dude on Reddit who apparently has predicted the last 15 Super Bowls wrong every year.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you seen that guy who tweeted in 2016 all the Super Bowls winners, and he's like gotten them right so far, which is scary.
But apparently I learned about that guy. He did a bunch of tweets with different winners and then deleted all and he keeps deleting them. I think he's fake.
That's bullshit then. Fuck.
Hey, that'd be good because didn't he pick the Eagles?
Yeah, good. Fuck that.
Yeah. So I'm guessing with that being said, I don't even have to ask you guys who do you think's going to win?
I think I'm rooting the Chiefs to win,
hard.
But I think the Eagles win.
I honestly think it's going to be like the Bucs Super Bowl. They're going to kick the shit out of the Chiefs. They're not going to be able to score. They can't protect Mahomes.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout. My only thing is how is the Chiefs defense going to stop the RPO? You can't stop the RPO.
How are they going to stop anything?
How healthy is Hurts though? He hasn't really had to throw the ball that much. That's the only
throwing shoulder. I don't know why this is even an issue. He should be fine.
So I know I tweeted out "Fly Eagles Fly" right after the Chiefs won the AFC Championship.
Please bet the Chiefs. I mean, please bet the Eagles. Don't bet the Chiefs.
Idiot!
Please bet the Eagles. Please bet the Eagles.
You just jinxed it. Yeah, please go all in on the Eagles. That'd be the one bet that Griff wins handily.
Yeah. I'll get so mad.
I'm picking the Eagles to win, but here's the thing. I won't be shocked if the Chiefs win because think about all those Super Bowls where it's like when you look at all the I'm going back to the Tom Brady Super Bowls for obvious reasons. Like look at the Seattle one where Seattle was the better team, but at the end of the day, the better quarterback was Tom Brady. When I look at this game right here, I can see a world where Patrick Mahomes puts the universe on his back and just leads the Chiefs to victory. It's either going to be that.
If he gets no protection, they're screwed.
But I think also the fact that experience, matters at some point.
Yeah.
Andy Reid has been in the Super Bowl before. Mahomes has. Kelsey has.
It also has been a cakewalk for the Eagles. It really has. I don't want to shit on say they didn't do anything, but they really didn't play anybody.
I mean, especially that freaking 49ers game. I actually legitimately, even Jason Kelsey said he actually felt bad for the 49ers. It's during the fourth quarter.
Literally had no quarterback. Literally. They couldn't throw the ball.
And by the way, it was Jalen Hurts' throwing shoulder that he injured.
I honestly think
not throwing shoulder that he hurt.
No, it's his throwing shoulder.
Did he get a new injury?
No, it's the one that he missed a couple weeks with, throwing shoulder.
Yeah, I thought. Are you sure? You have to check that.
Because I thought it was his Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts sprained his throwing shoulder in a Week 15 victory against the Chicago Bears.
Because they kept saying on the broadcast that it was his non-throwing shoulder.
Well, they're stupid.
But in all honesty,
that article was wrong.
But in all honesty, though, do you guys really think that the 49ers have a chance if Brock Purdy stays healthy?
I think they have a chance.
They were getting handily beaten, and it was only 7-7.
That's just the thing I look at though, where I'm like, I think the game would have been closer, but where it's
I think
a game's close, but the team really doesn't have a shot. Like the team's never truly in it. That's what I think would have happened.
The Eagles still would have won, but it would have been nice to at least see the 49ers have like a competent fucking quarterback.
Yeah. My other thing too is why I think the Eagles are going to win is because I don't think Chris Jones is going to have the game he did in the AFC Championship game. That's the big thing too.
I mean, the Eagles' offensive line is terrific.
Yes.
It's gonna slow down Chris Jones and the Chiefs pass rush. But then at the same time, can the Chiefs offensive line protect Hurts long enough for him to get the ball out? If the Eagles have been playing a lot of man coverage when they played the Giants, when they played the 49ers, they're not going to play man coverage against the Chiefs. They'd be fools to do that. Them playing a zone is going to give Mahomes maybe another half second to be able to get the ball out before he gets murdered.
If they play zone, though, you could see Kelsey getting open a lot, but I just don't think he's going to have any time. He's going to be like the Bucs. He's going to have to run around on his ass, and he won't be able to do anything.
So then it's the Clyde Edwards-Helaire show. He's going to win you back, Matt, when he goes for 250 yards.
Is he playing?
Yeah, they activated him.
Why would you waste a roster spot on that guy?
They took him off IR and activated him and put Hardman on the IR.
Is Andy Reid's drunk driving idiot son is a better running back than fucking Clyde? What a waste of a spot. Seriously, that guy is garbage.
But
I'll send you $1,000 if he wins MVP.
But do you want to know if you want a high value bet to make on FanDuel? Clyde Edwards-Helaire touchdown is at plus 1,000 right now.
I could totally see them being at the 1 yard line and for no reason they give the ball to him.
Because Pacheco is plus 135 and McKinnon is plus 175. So
realistically, how much are you going to really play Clyde? Come on. He hasn't played him.
Dude, I would take a shot at plus 1,000.
You should. I don't bet anymore because I lost all my money, but you should put a bet on it. At least put $5 on it.
That's the thing.
That's worth it.
That's the thing I might do is because if you put $5 down on FanDuel and Gronk makes that kick, you get a $20 sportsbook bonus.
That whole program is so fucking weird.
Dude, it's commercials literally subliminal messaging to get people to sign up for FanDuel.
Well, I feel like he has to make the kick, right?
Yeah, it's going to be like a 20-yard kick. It's not going to be he has to do like a Justin Tucker 60-yard field goal.
Yeah, but I could see Gronk just shanking it, being awful at it. But you think that's scripted?
But is he doing it live, or are they going to show a thing pretending that it's live?
I think it's live.
We're going to Gronk live, and it's he's in different clothing than he was wearing earlier. And it's oops, sorry. I think it's 31-17 Eagles, sadly.
So I would say 31-27 Chiefs.
Oh, wow. You're picking the Chiefs, even though you just said you thought the Eagles were going to win?
24 to 20 Eagles. But I also like the under for this game. I don't think it's going to be as high, a high scoring, crazy affair.
If it's high scoring, it's going to be from the Eagles. I think Mahomes is going to be running for his life. Sadly, I hope it's the opposite of the Tampa game. Ankle? That's true. He'll just fall down, Eli style. Oh, sack. Nope, I'm not getting hit. Smart.
Well, Asante Samuel could have also caught that interception. That's neither here nor there.
It's not. Yeah.
That's something only Patriots fans are bitter about more than the Tyree helmet catch was because when Asante Samuel ever comes after the team, that's literally what because he had a bitter exit for the Patriots. So whenever he shit talks them, literally everyone just goes at him for that dropped interception.
I mean, Bill Belichick can only spy enough. And if you don't make the catches, they knew the play, I'm sure, and if you don't make the catch, I don't know what to tell you. Bill cheated his way into getting the perfect position to interception and he fucked it up.
Was Akeem Hicks on that team or just Super Bowl 46?
No, he got drafted a couple of years after that.
Okay, so also
that was
Austin Lorenzo's video cameo appearance by Hakeem Nicks in 2013?
Oh man, I don't even know what year that was. We started that channel in 2011, so right around 12 or 13. I think it was after the Super Bowl.
I remember you guys went to Wendy's after it.
We went to Wendy's before that.
Oh, before
Baconator. Oh yeah, Mikey got his ass kicked in NHL.
I remember that, and my other memory was the McRib before you went to a SmackDown in Bridgeport.
Oh yeah, it was. They were supposed to, and the one in Westport was yeah, you buy one you get one free, and then they didn't do that in the fucking rest stop, so Mikey had to pay for an extra one. And Alex was like, "Nah, it's fine." It's better than fine. It's so good. Oh, McRib.
Can I ask you another question, Matt, about fast food quickly?
No.
When was the last time you had Taco Bell?
When was the last time I had Taco Bell?
Or their chicken wings?
That was the last time I had a couple weeks ago. They're actually pretty good. They're just this big. They're like very small, and they give you like 6. But the flavor was actually really good. Whatever their seasoning was, it wasn't actually that bad. Have you seen their like box? It's like a game day box, and it's enough food for like one person. Let me pull this up. Hold on.
Because I remember when I was in Boston a few months ago, literally every commercial I saw was Pete Davidson advertising their breakfast.
Their breakfast is good, but they're like, oh, it was too complicated. Fuck, you know it wasn't. You had some good shit on there. This is their ultimate game day box for $27. It's like 8 wings, a Mexican pizza, and like 4 tacos. Like I could polish that off in an afternoon. How is that enough for like a party?
That's an appetizer for one.
Exactly. Yeah, it's 4 tacos, wings, and then a Mexican pizza for $27. Fuck out of here. But yeah, the wings aren't that bad actually.
And I also realize this too, that I haven't spoken to either. Well, I haven't really spoken about this that much, but to either of you. But when I was in New York back in the summertime, when I went to a Yankee game, I went to the Taco Bell right near Yankee Stadium.
The cantina?
Yeah. And a Baja Blast with vodka tastes very good.
That's such a cool concept, to be honest. Taco Bell where you can get shit-faced.
Well, have you heard about the one in Vegas where you can get married?
Yeah, that's where I'm going to
get
married.
That doesn't surprise me. That does not surprise me.
You want to know what you get? I think I know what you can get for that. I'm going to read it to you guys. Let me just look it up.
Does a Taco Bell Chihuahua, has he come out and actually do this?
He probably died 20 years ago.
I think that dog did die like 20 years ago.
Did you almost call it it?
Yes, I did.
I think it died. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
It died in 2009.
It died.
It died.
Such a
Gidget. It was named Gidget.
Gidget?
Died on July 21st, 2009 at the age of 15 after having suffered a stroke. That sucks.
Are you talking about the dog or Jerry Lawler?
Oh, wow.
Too soon.
Whoa. Jesus Christ.
Did anyone see the weird photos of like Jimmy Hart reading to him in the hospital?
To the
No,
dog?
I didn't.
Yeah. And basically, it was so weird. So it came from Jerry Lawler's account, but it's like definitely not Jerry Lawler. It was the weirdest thing ever. I'm gonna show.
Tweeting from the grave. Oh, he's not dead yet. Sorry.
No.
He's kicking out of 2.
2.5 this time. Because what's the update? Is he like talking, or is he like gonna have like half a face, like Bell's palsy style?
Jim Ross said that he talked to him, so he's apparently talking. He's supposed to make like a full recovery now.
Oh, that's good. He's never gonna die.
He suffered a massive stroke on Monday. He's now recovering in a Fort Myers, Florida hospital. His speech is limited, but with rehabilitation, will regain in a full recovery. But it's from his account.
You want to know what
basically like?
Wait, hold on.
Oh
You want to know? You want to know what a piece of shit Ramey is? I think he was the one who told us about this. And his first thought is, why does he have a parking lot in his house? He said he was outside of his house in the parking lot, and he goes, "Why does he have a parking lot?" Like, that's what piece of shit you are. Not concerned for his health at all. You're wondering why he has a parking lot in his house.
Like, he's showing him stuff like this.
God.
Oh, I'm going to hell.
That is a valid question, though. Where was he? What house does he have with a parking lot?
Maybe the person that said it meant driveway, but said parking lot for some reason. But that's the only thing I read in that.
Do you know his address? Can we like Google Maps this shit? Maybe he's just got like a 10-car fucking parking lot.
But
God,
you know the funny thing? So I'm looking at all the people sending him well wishes, and there's a bunch of wrestlers, and then Kendra Lust in there.
Oh, hey, she's a big wrestling fan, though. Not that I know who that is.
No,
I would never. I have no idea who was that. Was that an astronaut? I think she was in the Challenger.
I think she's a model. She keeps posting.
She's an aerobic athlete, I think.
Oh yes. Okay.
Do you know the guys from the Daily Intermission?
Lawler, he's wearing a Royal Rumble hat.
Yeah.
He just has that. Was it this year's Rumble or like the '95 Rumble?
This year's.
It's pretty sweet. They sent that to him as a get well soon gift. Vince was like, "Here you go, pal." Griff, are you friends with the Daily Intermission guys?
No,
see
but
them
I know.
on TikTok because I miss Nate. One of the guys left, and now it's just not the same.
No.
You should have applied to be the second guy. You could give the clues and guess the athlete.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I will. I gotta look that up.
Ramey applied and got rejected immediately.
Oh, here's the email. Yeah, you can register for tickets for SummerSlam right here. Yeah, so I'll register for pre-sale.
Yeah, do that and then send that to me. So I'll do it. Nobody checked the private chat. Damn.
I did. You wrote penis.
Yeah, you saw it. Okay.
Yeah, I saw it. Don't worry. I always look at that because sometimes, like, if I'm
You said that an hour and 20 minutes ago.
Griff's delivery. Yeah. You said penis.
Well, no, because when people like have to go or something like that, they'll always write in there being like, "Oh, hey, gotta go."
Yeah.
So then, I always pay attention because the side here I have comments, I have banners, I have brand, I have private chat, which I used to have the scrolling banner on the bottom, but I don't anymore because there's a logo right above Ramey's head. That's just Crier Media.
When I first noticed that,
I thought that was Ramey putting it up.
I thought it was behind me. I got really confused.
I thought Ramey put that up on his screen. I was like, is that John Crier? What the fuck?
No, Crier Media is the company that I am associated with, and that is basically where this podcast can be found.
I got to rewatch this just to see Ramey fucking die laughing at his Jerry Lawler terror. The guy has a stroke and he's questioning his parking situation. Awful human being.
I'm glad he's doing better, but really, why do you have a parking lot, man?
If I will pay for meet and greet tickets for you to meet him. He was supposed to be at Chiller in like April. So if he goes there, we're going, and you can ask him why he has not how are you doing? Nice to meet you. Do you really have a parking lot? It's like right outside your house. Oh, terrible. I really hope the Chiefs win.
But last question. What is the Gatorade color?
Ooh.
Do you have a history of what it's been? Because I always know this prop, and then I never remember to check. I feel like purple has been one. It's never like orange or red. It's always like a fucking weird. You can literally bet on anything.
It was blue for the Bucs. It was orange for the Chiefs. It was blue for the Patriots, and it was yellow for the Eagles. I'm gonna go blue because it's been blue.
What flavors do they usually have? Isn't there like a clear one?
So here are the odds.
Can it just be water?
So right now, purple is the long shot odds. According to FanDuel, it's a plus 1,000 for purple and clear. Red/pink is 650. Blue is 350. Orange is 300, and yellow/green is 145. I think I'm gonna go blue.
You know how easy this stuff would be to rig? Like the NFL just goes, yeah, we're doing yellow. Make that the fucking.
So
easiest.
Purple Gatorade has only appeared twice in 2003 and 2012. Since 2001, Red Gatorade has never won.
Never won.
Blue Gatorade has been the most frequent, appearing 4 times since 2015, but Orange Gatorade has won the most since 2001. I'm going to go blue as well, actually.
I'm going orange because it's my favorite.
Oh, and also here's the other one that you can do. Position of the player to pour the liquid. Offensive at minus 111 and defensive at plus 125, and both a combination at plus 475.
I feel like it'll be a defensive guy no matter what.
Because somebody's taking a knee probably, so I would say defensive.
Especially the Eagles. If the Eagles win, I could see one of their big-ass fucking pass rushers just dumping it on that douchebag.
And
I really hope the Chiefs win.
The only thing I'll say about MVP is I think if it's the Chiefs, it's Patrick Mahomes. If it's the Eagles, I don't know if it's going to be Jalen Hurts.
I don't think it will.
I could see it being like A.J. Brown or Devonta Smith or something like that, or an edge rusher.
Miles Sanders.
Boston Scott. Boston Scott.
Not only if he's playing the Giants.
5 touchdowns. Or what if it's Clyde? What are his
That
odds?
would be hilarious. You'd owe me $1,000.
I know. In a stunning turn of events, Clyde actually passed for 100 yards and ran for 600. Greatest Super Bowl performance of all time.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah,
I don't see anybody other than Mahomes or Kelsey possibly even coming close to winning MVP if they win.
So you're not big on Kadarius Toney getting the MVP?
I will fucking kill myself if he wins the MVP.
Live on YouTube?
Although I wouldn't mind if he won MVP if it means the Chiefs win. But that idiot gets a ring, which is so annoying. But he didn't do anything, so whatever. Just take your ring and shut up.
But anyway, guys, it was fun having you two on again. We're going to have to do this again in the offseason, okay?
That was good stuff. Well, I'll be on for your Daniel Jones appreciation podcast.
I'm going to have to message you. I'm going to have to message like Alex for that. I'm probably going to have to get Jared involved somehow because he's been dying to come on and talk about the Giants.
Oh, that's going to be fucking great. I'm just going to go game by game on his logs and how great he was.
The one memory of you and I, Matt, that I have of Daniel Jones is the first game. I remember I've tweeted out Danny threw a dime, and Matt's just like, boo, boo. But I'll tell you something. That was one of the best bets that I made all year that I was so confident on was Giants plus 5.5 against the Titans in that opening game.
Really? I don't even remember.
Dude, I did not buy into the Tennessee Titans at all going into this year.
Yeah, but like the Giants were fucking awful.
No, but I know, but I was just like, it was one of those things like where week one, you always have those like games where you think, oh, hey, this team's going to kick this team's ass. But the opposite happens. Like, look at how San Francisco lost to fucking Chicago in week one.
That's true. Fucking Trey Lance.
And we have 7 months to talk about that shit, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, episode number 214 in the books. Plans for SummerSlam are being made. Plans for the Super Bowl are being made. Enjoy the game, everybody. From this, that rant. That is Chris Ramey. That is Matt Lorenzo. I'm Griff Bordegon, Mr. Griff B. Have a good night, everyone. Enjoy Super Bowl 57. And the next time we talk, it'll unfortunately be the off season. Take care, everybody.